Midway makes a 6-3 out. That's the final of the game. Saranac wins here, 12-8. Remind you to stay tuned. We have Doug Schneider coming up for This Week in Softball. This week's game, Midway Market versus Champlain Telephone Company. That's coming right up here now, so don't go away on us. Final score here, Saranac 12, Northeastern 8. Game played last Friday.
At the Bowl Mart Field, here to take us through the ball game is Doug Schneider.
Oh, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's game of the week, Champlain Telephone Company versus Midway Market. Leading off for the phone company will be Steve Southwick. Drills the ball up the middle. Larry Tremblay with a nice defensive play over the first for the first out of the inning. Both teams coming into this game, the records of 1-0. Midway Market with a 15-9 opening night victory over Blubbs. And Champlain Telephone, they opened with a 6-5 victory over Harbeck. Now hitting for phone company, Joe Southwick. Pitcher Tom Lee falls behind 2-0. Joe Southwick. He falls further behind. The count goes to 3 balls and no strikes, and the shortstop, Joe Southwick. Lee deals. He battles back with a strike. Count goes to 3-1. He's back. Southwick drills the ball to the shortstop. Kevin Juno flips it over to first. Pulls the first baseman off the bag, but the first baseman, Perry Tremblay, applies the tag for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring left fielder Jay Coulombe to the plate. Tremblay deals to Jay Coulombe. Ball. Deals again, falls behind 2-0. Coulombe rips the ball foul on the left field line. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike on the left fielder, Jay Coulombe. We're going to set the Midway defense. At third base, we've got a newcomer to the Lake Champlain Slow Pitch League, Gary McGee. Veteran shortstop, Kevin Juno. Joey Tremblay's at second, and Perry Tremblay's at first. Jay Coulombe hits the ball in the air to center field. Timmy Matak comes over and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So after half an inning of play, there's no score between Midway Market and Champlain Telephone Company. All right, we're going to go on to the bottom of the first inning. Midway Market is going to send their third baseman, Gary McGee, to the plate. He'll be followed by Frank Parker. He in turn will be followed by second baseman Joey Tremblay. In the cleanup spot tonight will be another newcomer to the Lake Champlain Slow Pitch League, be Kevin Levine. Well, let's get to the action here. Pitcher Mike Bushy deals McGee off with a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Next delivery, hit in the air, down the left field line. Left fielder Ronnie Babby camps under the ball, makes a catch for the first out of the inning. Got some defensive changes out there for the phone company from their previous game. Jay Coulombe, their longtime left fielders, moved over to right center field, and Ron Babby now controls the area in left field. Will set their defense after Frank Parker hits.
Oh, yeah. Wait for your pitch, Frank.
Pitcher Bushy starts Parker off with a strike.
Yeah, there's 2.
Next delivery, the ball. The count evens up at 1-1.
Yeah.
Bushy battles back with a strike. The count goes to 1-2.
Oh, yeah.
Next delivery, hit foul down the left field line. On deck for Midway, second baseman Joey Tremblay. Both sponsors of these teams are new to the league this year.
Okay, come on, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bushy deals the pitch to the shortstop, Joe Southwick. Bobbles the ball, comes up, makes a throw. Not in time. Frank Parker hustles it out. For an infield hit. And that'll bring to the plate second baseman, Joe E. Champlain.
Turn 2 out there.
Pitcher Bushy deals.
Go.
It's a strike. Rips a ball up the middle for a base hit. Frank Parker rounding second. And that's where he'll stay. So Joey Trombley wraps out a base hit. Midway Market has runners on first and second with 1 out. And that'll send to the plate the cleanup hitter, right fielder Kevin Levine. Kevin's a longtime performer in the Gentlemen's Slow Pitch League in Plattsburgh. Played for years with Big Brother 4th Ward. Now plays for Lower Deck. Bushy starts him off with the ball. Falls behind 1-0. He battles back with a strike and evens the count up for 1 ball and 1 strike. Cookie.
Yeah.
Bushy's delivery. Hit in the air to left center field. Left center fielder moves over and makes the catch. Parker tags up at second base and goes to third. So there's runners on the corners with 2 down. Bushy deals to Cook. Joe Trombley fakes the steal. They hold the runner. He goes back to first base. Hitting for Midway Market, their catcher, Don Cook.
Yeah.
He hits a ball in the air, out of play down the right field line.
Yeah, you got 2 strikes on him. Come on now.
There's 2 down. We're in the bottom of the first inning. There's no score. Midway Market has runners on the corners and Don Cook at the plate.
Yeah.
Cookie rips the ball to the shortstop, Joe Southwick. Bobbles the ball, makes the play to the second baseman, Warner, for the final out of the inning. And after 1 complete, there's no score between Midway Market and Champlain Telephone Company. So we're going into the second inning here with no score. Barry Trombley deals. Starts the hitter, first baseman, Breeze. Next pitch is a ball. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Fields falls behind 2-1. He's behind 3-1. Dark cold evening tonight in the Lake Champlain Slow Pitch League. So in the top of the second, McGee Filial leads it off with a walk. And that'll bring manager, player, coach, and catcher Harold Schreiber to the plate. Harold rips the ball in the air to left field. Oh, left fielder misplayed the ball on the first attempt. He battled back, made the catch. That's the first out of the inning. Filial remains at first base. And that'll bring the left fielder to the plate, Ron Davy. Trombley starts him off with a strike. It's a ball to the shortstop, Julo, over to second for 1, over to first. Double play, nice double play in the top of the second inning. So after 1.5, there's still no score in the ball game between Midway Market and Champlain Telephone Company. Leading off for Midway Market, bottom of the second inning, the shortstop, Kevin Juno. We're going to set that infield defense for the phone company. Jim Coulom's over at third, and Joe Southwick's the shortstop. As Kevin Juno hits the ball to the second baseman, Hugh Warner makes a nice pickup. Over for the first baseman, Breeze Filion, for the first out of the inning. Mike Bushy does the phone company's pitching. Errol Scriber does the catching. In the outfield, we've got Ronnie Babby in left field. Jay Coulombe's in right center field. Steve Southwick's in left center field. And Roy Clark's in right field. Up to the plate for Midway Market with 1 out and nobody on. Their pitcher, Larry Trombley. Well, Mike Bushy battles back, evens up the count at 1-1. Deals. That was strike. The count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. To the pitcher, Larry Trombley.
Yeah, there's 3.
Hits the ball up the middle for a base hit. He'll stop at first base with a single. And that'll bring the right center fielder to the plate, Don Sears, with 1 out, and a runner on first. We're at the bottom of the 2nd inning here, no score. Bushy deals. Sears fouls the ball off down the right field line, out of play. Don was a longtime performer with the Morris KC. He hits a ball at the left center field for a base hit. Trombley around second, but he'll go back. So now, Midway Market finds himself with runners at first and second, and 1 away. And it'll bring the left-handed hitting first baseman, Terry Trombley, to the plate. He hits a ball foul and just out of play down the right field line.
Come on, Terry. Come on. 1 down out there. On deck or no?
An 0-1 count here to first baseman Terry Trombley, and on deck Tim Matat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bushy with a strike. And it goes to 0-2. Terry Trombley. He wasted that one. With 2 strikes in southpaw. He looked to throw one that he might go fishing for. Bushy throws another. Count evens up. It's 2-2. They bring one inside. Now the count goes full. Bushy's 1 pitch away from rolling the bags.
Oh, yeah.
Trombley hits the ball in the air, right field. Right fielder Clark. It's over his head. Larry Trombley rounds third. Comes to the plate, and he scores. Terry Trombley hits a double to right field to drive in the first run of the ball game. And in the 2nd inning, Midway Market moves ahead 1-0. They've got runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 away. That'll bring outfielder Tim Matat to the plate.
That's where you want them. Second. Come on, you guys. Ribbies, come on.
Yeah. Matat hits a ball foul. Just foul at the third base bag.
Come on, Timmy. Can you hear me? Okay.
Mike Bushy's ahead in the count, 0-1. Dot steps in on delivery, hitting the air to left field. Left fielder Babby makes the catch. Runner tags at 3rd and scores. Terry Trombley tags at 2nd, goes on to 3rd. So Midway Market scores their 2nd run of the inning, and they lead 2-0. There's 2 away. The runner on 3rd. And the leadoff hitter, 3rd baseman Gary McGee, steps to the plate. McGee flew out to left field in the 1st inning. He hits a ball in the air to left center field. Jay Coulombe comes over and makes the catch for the final out. But in the bottom of the 2nd inning, Midway Market comes up with 2 runs. And after 2 complete innings of play, they lead the Champlain Telephone Company 2-0. Okay, leading off the 3rd inning for the Champlain Phone Company will be their pitcher, Mike Bushy. Larry Trombley starts him off with a strike. Gets ahead 1-1. Bushy hits the ball out of play down the left field line. Count goes to 0-2. Mike Bushy last season was a shortstop for the Harris team. The 0-2 delivery. Hit in the air in the infield. Don Cook makes a nice try on the ball, doesn't come up with it. Count remains at 0-2. In the third inning here, Midway Market leads the game 2-0. Set that outfield for the Midway Market. In left field, Frank Parker. Tim Matat roams in left center. Don Sears in right center. And the newcomer, Kevin Levine, in right field. The 0-2 delivery. Hit in the air in the infield again. Joe Trombley camps up the ball, makes a catch for the first out of the inning. That'll bring the third baseman, Jim Coulomb, to the plate. His phone company team last year, they played under the banner of Bub's Grocery. This year here, they've got new uniforms, new sponsor, 4 or 5 new faces. They got off to a 1-0 start in league play. Trombley deals. Coulomb hits the ball in the air to left center field. Left center fielder on a late start on the ball. He made the catch for the second out of the inning. That'll bring the second baseman, Hugh Warner, to the plate. Hugh, as in the case of Mike Bushy, he also comes over from the now defunct Harris League. Harris team in the Lake Champlain Slow Pitch League. There's 2 outs. Top of the third, and nobody on for the Bowl Company. Gets the ball in the air to the shortstop. Kevin Juneau makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So after 2.5, the score remains Midway Market 2, Champlain Telephone Company no score. Okay, we're in the bottom of the third inning here, and Frank Parker, who singled his first at-bat, steps to the plate with his team leading 2-0. Bushy deals him a ball, and the count evens up with 1 ball and 1 strike for the left fielder, Frank Parker. He drills the ball in the air to left field. Left center fielder comes over and makes a catch for the first out of the inning. That'll send the second baseman, Joey Trombley, to the plate. Joey in his first trip single. Both Parker and Trombley single in the first inning. They fail to score. Here in the bottom of the third, with 1 away, nobody on, Joey Trombley steps to the plate, and the phone company trails 2-0. Bushy deals him a ball. Ball's behind in the count, 2-0. Battles back with a strike, the count goes to 2-1. And the second baseman, Joey Trombley. Drills the ball to left center field for his second hit of the evening. Gets by the left center fielder. Oh! Nice aggressive base running by Joey Trombley. Saw the left center fielder bobble the ball for a second. Never stopped at first, all the way into second base for his second hit of the evening. Left fielder made a nice throw to second. Backed up the play rather nicely. Made a nice throw, but not in time to catch Joey Trombley. That'll bring the right fielder, Kevin Levine, to the plate. Kevin in his first at-bat, a fly ball to left center field for the second out of the first inning. He drills the ball foul down the left field line, not a play. There's 1 away.
1 down out there, 1 down.
In the third inning here. Joey Trombley stands at second base. The right fielder Levine stands in at the plate. Bushy deals. The ball hit high in the air to left center field. The left center fielder on his horse. It's over. It's out of the ballpark for a 2-run homer. As Kevin Levine makes an auspicious Lake Champlain slow pitch debut with a 2-run homer in the bottom of the third inning. As the Market men increase their lead to 4-0. Ball didn't appear to be hit that well. But it was hit well enough to carry out of the ballpark.
No wind helping it either, eh?
No. Doc Snyder here blows the smoke from the cigar out for the booth to see which way the wind's blowing. Now with a 4-0 lead, they'll send their catcher, left-handed hitting Don Cook to the plate. He drills the ball up the middle for a base rat. I was saying, and that ball didn't look like it was hit that hard, but it was hit hard enough to carry out that part of the ballpark. Down the left field line is 305 feet. And I would say it's a good 290 when the ball went out of the park. Square shot. Not many balls go out of here in left field. There's one away. Shortstop Kevin Juno steps to the plate, and there's a runner at first. As the Market men lead 4-0. Juno hits the ball to center field with a center fielder Kumo makes the catch. Cook goes back to first. That's the second out of the inning. The pitcher, Larry Champlain, steps to the plate.
Okay, 2 down now.
Hey, Larry, come on now, buddy.
Runner at first makes the steal, but he's back at first. Larry Trombley, his first at-bat, single to left field. Sitting here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third, his team leading 4-0. Almost got by the catcher, but catcher Schreiber made a nice play to retrieve the ball. Held the runner at first base. Bushy's behind in the count, 3-1. He throws the ball to walk Larry Trombley. Now there's runners at first and second, with 2 away in the bottom of the third. And the right center fielder, Don Sears, stepping to the plate. Don, in his previous years in the league, had some sock. If he gets any bat on that ball, he's going to go a long distance. He hits a ball to left center field. It could be trouble, and it falls for a base hit. Texas leaguer to left center field. As Don Cook scores the 5th run of the ball game from Midway Market. So, on a bleeder to left center field, the Market men increase their lead to 5-0. That'll send to the plate the left-handed hitting first baseman, Barry Trombley. Bushy falls behind on the count, 1-0. Trombley drills the ball to the first baseman, McGee. Filion makes a nice play over to the pitcher covering Mike Bushy for the final out of the inning. But in the inning, Midway Market scores 3 runs behind the explosive bat of Kevin Levine. And after 3 complete innings of play, they lead 5-0. Leading off will be the right fielder, Roy Clark. He rips the ball up the middle on a fine defensive play made by the pitcher, Larry Trombley, for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring the designated hitter, the hitman, Dave Letourneau, to the plate.
Starting to rain, Doug.
Yeah, we're getting a little precipitation here tonight in the old ballpark. We're going to have to get the ground screw out if it gets any harder. Letourneau fouls the ball back. Another play. Working this game behind the plate, umpire Peter Natupski, and on the bases, umpire Lynn Bayshard. As Letourneau wraps out a base hit to left field. For David, in his first trip to the plate at Bowl Mart Field, the 1984 season, it's a base wrap. Now we'll send the leadoff hitter, Steve Southwick, to the plate. We're in the top of the fourth inning with the Market Men leading 5-0. Home company's got a runner at first with one away, and Steve Southwick standing in at the plate. He hits a ball to the pitcher, Trombley, over to the second baseman for one. Throws out of the ballpark trying to get the double play over to first. The runner will go to second. So the phone company will have a runner at second base, and there'll be 2 outs. And the shortstop, Joe Southwick's going to be coming to the plate.
Trombley probably should have held that one. I don't think he had a chance for that.
No, I think the second baseman might have. If he'd ate that ball, it would have been a lot better. Pitcher made a nice defensive play there. Larry Trombley, 2 big defensive plays in the inning. He's a fine defensive pitcher. Always has been. Joe Southwick standing in. Hits a ball in the air to left field with left fielder Parker. Under the ball, makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So after 3.5, the Market Men continue to lead the phone company 5-0. Bottom of the fourth inning here. Midway Market leads 5-0. Their outfielder Tim Matad's going to lead it off. Timmy's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Flew out to left field his first at bat. It's getting kind of dark. May have to turn the lights on. It's another ball in the air to left center field. Left center fielder Steve Southwick makes the catch. And that's the first out of the bottom of the fourth. And that'll send the third baseman, Gary McGee, to the plate. Gary's 0 for 2 in a ball game. Looks at his bat, says there's a base hit in here somewhere. He's going to try to wrap it out.
Okay, run down out there.
Come on, Gary. Go now. Come on, Gary.
Bushy deals. Ball's hit, fouled on the left field line. Babby comes over, makes the catch. Second out of the inning.
Come on, Frank. Me and you, buddy.
That'll bring Frank Parker to the plate. Frank's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Come on, Frank. Get it going now. Come on, Frank. Come on, Frank.
Quickly, phone company gets 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth.
Come on, Frank, buddy. Come on, Frank.
Oh, yeah.
Bushy deals. Ball. Deals again. Parker hits a ball on the line down the left field line. Left fielder almost came in a little too far in that ball. The wind's got to be blowing out to left field. He came in 2 steps. Should have been going back 2 steps. But made the adjustment. Made the catch for the final out of the inning. So after 4.5, Midway Market leads 5-0.
Jay Bell for Art Clark. Starting to rain out here, folks. I think this half inning might be delayed. Rain is coming down, the wind is blowing hard.
We on the air, Calvin Canott.
We're on the air, dog.
That's my new color commentator, cameraman, Calvin Canott. Cousin to Bobby Canott, performer with the Chicago White Sox. And the White Sox weren't filling quite as big shoes as they are now.
These guys are sturdier than I thought they were.
We're going to continue the game. This is the Lake Champlain Slow-Pitch League. We play in bad weather, we play in nice weather. We play weather it's nicer, cloudy. Well, we got Jay Coulomb standing in here. His team trails 5-0. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Hey hits a ball. Nice play made by the third baseman. Throws down. Oh, nice play made by the first baseman, Perry Trombley. Both the corners. Fine defensive plays there. Looks like it was a base hit down the left field. McGee comes over. Makes a nice snag in the ball. Throws low to first base with the first baseman, Barry Trombley, as is his trademark. Digs her out of the dirt. That'll bring Breeze Philly out of the plate. McGee lines the ball to left field for a base wrap. So there's one away at the top of the 5th. Breeze wraps out a base hit to left field. That'll bring the catcher, Harold Scriber, to the plate. Harold's looking for his first hit of the evening. Trombley starts him off with a strike. First time been called on the field. Barry Trombley runs over and puts his glasses in the dugout. Raining quite heavily now, softball fans.
Can't believe they're still playing.
Driver, line drive to the third baseman. And that'll bring left fielder Ronnie Babby to the plate. Gary McGee's played a fine defensive game here in his Bowl Mart Field debut.
Testing the newcomer.
Ronnie Babby hitting a double play his first time up. Lost the ball to left center field. Left center fielder Matat fights the rain. Makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So after 4.5, Midway Market continues to lead Champlain Telephone Company 5-0. Okay, Joey Trombley going to lead it off here at the bottom of the 5th inning. His team leads 5-0. Joey's 2 for 2 in the ball game, looking for his third hit of the night as we continue to play under adverse weather conditions. It's raining quite heavily. The wind is gusting to left field, and it is chilly. Believe me, my fingers are froze. And I'm not holding a bat, I'm holding a pen.
I can't believe these guys in their shirt sleeves out there, Doug.
Well, they're tough up in this North Country. As Joey Trombley continues his hot plate appearances, he draws a walk to lead off the bottom of the 5th. He remains 2 for 2 in the ball game, and that'll send the big hitter, right fielder Kevin Levine. Made his Lake Champlain slow pitch debut by rapping a 2-run homer to left field earlier in the ball game. Bushy falls behind. 2-0. He's already walked the first batter. That wind must be really affecting his pitching now. As Levine drills the ball for his second hit, bobbled by the left center fielder. The left fielder comes over to make the play. It's the ball in. The runners are at second and third as Levine raps out a base hit to left center field. He goes to second on the air. Joey Trombley motors all the way around the third, and that'll send to the plate the left-handed hitting catcher, Don Cook. Cookie's 1 for 2 in a ball game, looking for a second base hit. Bushy falls behind again in the count. Raining heavier now than it was just a few minutes ago. Bushy falls behind 2-0.
Come on, Mike, come on, babe.
I've been a follower of softball for many years, but this is the first time I've ever seen a man standing on second with his arms like that. Color commentator Calvin, can you expound on that procedure?
I have no idea what he was doing. He was signaling for a fair catch.
That couldn't be possible if we were playing a different game, but we're playing a game of slow pitch softball. So the bases are loaded. Bottom of the 5th. Midway Market threatening to blow this game wide open here. As the shortstop, Kevin Juno steps to the plate. Don Cook drew the walk. Kevin's looking for his first base hit of the evening. Bushy battles back with a strike. Bases are loaded. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Nobody down, and the Market men already leading 5-0. Juno hits a ball down the right field line. That's going to be trouble. That falls in for a base hit as 1 run will score. Throw to the plate. The tag's made for the out at the plate. As Levine is tagged out at the plate. It's a delayed call by the umpire, but he still made the out call for the first down of the inning. Kevin Juno loops a ball down the right field, falls in for a base wrap. 1 run scores on the plate. The Market men increase their lead to 6-0. There's runners on second and third and 1 away. Larry Trombley wraps a base hit to left center field. Don Cook crosses the plate for the 7th run of the game for Midway. Larry Trombley with his 3rd base hit of the evening. Larry's 3 for 3 in a ball game and 2 big defensive plays up the middle. This game stays the way it is right now. We've got to consider him prime candidate for first star selection. As the right center fielder, Don Sears, steps to the plate. Don in the ball game is 2 for 2.
Now go! Good eye. Oh, look good.
Bushy falls behind in the count. 2-0. Falls further behind. 3-0 to the right center fielder, Don Sears. We got 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. And Bushy continues to have control problems. The bases are again loaded. That'll bring the first baseman, Perry Trombley, to the plate. It's the 3rd walk of the inning for the Market Men.
Still nobody out, right?
Yeah, we've got 1 away. We had to play at the plate.
Oh, that's right.
Being tagged out by Strider.
He was the dead duck, too.
1 away, bases loaded.
Yeah.
Throws a strike. There.
Come on, Kevin.
I'm not quite sure if we're going to get the second game in. Sun is starting to peek out through the clouds. Other games this evening. Big ball game. Barco and Stevie and Furniture are going to try to rebound. They play Minets and Dix. As Champlain hits a ball out in the right field for a base hit. Juno scores. Going to be a play at the plate as Larry Champlain scores. So 2 more runs across the plate. And the Market Men increase their lead to 9-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th. And they still have runners on 2nd and 3rd with only 1 away. And they'll send to the plate their left center fielder, Tim Matat, who's looking for his first hit of the evening. Don Sears continues to stand at 3rd. Perry Trombley's at 2nd base. Count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tim Matat.
Yeah.
Hits a ball up the middle for a base wrap. As Don Sears crosses the plate. And on the throw to the plate, Tim Matat motors all the way around down to 2nd. And the Market Men continue to wrap the ball hard and heavy. And increase their lead to 10-0. And that'll send to the plate their leadoff hitter, Gary McGee. Gary's looking for his first base hit of the evening. He's 0 for 3 up to this point.
You think that center fielder should hit the cutoff man on that one, Doug?
Well, that's just common sense. Softball, baseball, throw from the outfield, hit the cutoff or you're going to get hurt.
Come on.
As McGee flies out to the right center fielder. The runner tags up at 3rd and he scores the 11th run of the ball game.
Matat's on 3rd right now. He'd been on 1st if he'd thrown the cutoff the first time.
On an offensive outlook here, you're always looking while you're running the bases at the throw. You see that throw's not going to hit the cutoff, then you motor on. Take that extra base. That's what softball is built around. Taking the extra base and hitting the ball hard and heavy. Home company, they trail now 11-0. There's 2 down in the inning. Frank Parker, who's got a hit already tonight, stands in with a runner at 3rd. And Bushy continues to have control problems. It's his 4th walk of the inning. And that'll bring Joey Trombley to the plate. Joey, 2 for 2 in a ball game with a walk, and he scored 2 runs. 2nd time he's batted in the 5th. The score right now, 11-0.
I'm going down here. Come here up. Do that. Good look, Joey.
Tim Matat remains at 3rd base. Rain's kind of let up. Still very, very cold in the middle of May. Later on in the ball game, we're going to give you next this Thursday's upcoming games and then next week's entire league schedule. Including our TV game of the week next week will be Gloves versus the Lanes. It's an 8 o'clock game Tuesday night at the Bowl Mart Field. As Joey Tremblay hits the ball down the right field line for a base hit. Tipmatod scores and Frank Parker motors all the way around the third. Joey Tremblay with his third hit of the evening. He's 3 for 3 in a ball game. He scored 2 runs. Tipmatod scores and it's 12-0. And the big hitter, Levine, steps to the plate already with a 2-run homer to his credit tonight. And a base hit. His second time up in the inning. Bushy battles back with a strike. He's had severe control problems in the bottom of this 5th inning. Levine drills a ball up the middle, hits the umpire, goes out to left center field. As the 13th run of the game scores for the Market Men, Joey Tremblay motors all the way around the third base. As Levine with his third hit of the evening drives in another run for the Market Men.
I always thought the ball was dead if the umpire was in front of the infielders.
Oh, geez, you got me there. I'm not an umpire, Calvin.
We'll have to check with Butterball Eternal and get back next week with the answer to that one.
That'd be a good...
Come on, Donnie.
Probably should have a little trivia question every week. Get an old timer.
I don't know how trivial that is, but I was always led to believe if the umpire was in back of the infielders, he was in play. If he was in front of the infielders, the ball was dead if they hit him. We'll have the answer next week.
Okay, officially. According to Dog Snyder, if the umpire's in the way, what should he do?
Ain't much you can do.
Run over him.
Ain't much the umpire can do to get out of the way, but
That's not
just a matter of whether it's a dead ball or not. And we'll have the official interpretation of that next week.
I don't think on that play there, I think it was a base hit up the middle. Anyway, I don't think any infielder would have made a play in the ball.
Good night, Donnie. Good night.
So, 13-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Don Cook stems in. He rocks the ball to the pitcher. Bushy can't make a play as the 14th run scores. And now we're 1 base hit away from the end of this ball game. As the Market Men explode here in the 5th inning, they stretch their lead to 14-0. Kevin Juno hits the ball to the pitcher. The ball's wet. He can't make a play on the ball when the bases are loaded. As Kevin Juno wraps out his second base hit of the inning, the second base hit of the game. It's an infield variety. And the bases are loaded. And that'll send to the plate Larry Tremblay, who's already 3 for 3 in the evening, with 2 fine defensive plays and a chance to end the ball game. The bases are loaded and there's 2 down.
You're referring, of course, to the 15-run rule?
Right. After 5, as he hits the ball in the air. Oh! Ball dropped by the left fielder. It was a foul ball. That was a break for the hitter Tremblay. The lazy fly ball to left field, and it was dropped by the left fielder. Yes, in the Lake Champlain Soapitch League, after 5 innings of play, any team with a 15-run lead on the opponent, the game ends at that point. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Larry Tremblay, as he hits the ball foul down the left field line, the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Larry Tremblay trying to keep his perfect evening alive. He's 3 for 3.
Pinch hitting. Okay, Mike, come on now.
He drills the ball to left center field. The left center fielder goes over and makes the catch. But they explode for 9 runs in the bottom of the 5th. And after 5 complete innings, Midway Market leads Champlain Telephone Company 14-0. Okay, in last week's Lake Champlain Slow Pitch League play, the Crossing were 15-12 winners over last year's champs Barcomb's TV and Furniture. Bowl Mart Lanes, they rolled over Minets and Vicks, or Vicks and Minets, 15-0 in a 5-inning game. Champlain Phone Company over Arbeck, 6-5, and Midway over Blubbs, 15-9. And in the makeup game, Bowl Mart Lanes 12, Arbeck Feeds 1. A reminder, next week's TV game, Blubbs versus Lanes. Doug Snyder will be taking a vacation. Calvin, who's taking over next week? Who's going to be the ringer commentator?
Probably your brother Dominic Snyder.
Dominic Snyder. Haven't seen Dominic in a while.
He'll be here next week.
Mike Bushy leads off the top of the sixth with a base hit. Gets by the left center fielder. Mike Bushy moves into second base. The Phone Company trying to make a little noise here in the top of the sixth. They trail 14-0. Mike Bushy leads off with a base trap. That'll bring him to the plate the third baseman, Jim Coulomb.
Well, we haven't turned the lights on here, folks. The sunshine is on the field. Sun is shining now.
Jim Coulomb to the third baseman McGee, who's played a fine defensive game over to first base and holds the runner at second. That's the first out of the sixth inning. That'll send the second baseman, Hugh Warner, to the plate. We should grab a shot of some of the brave fans that come out to watch a Lake Champlain slow pitch game.
Especially if you're female, Doug.
Right? And hits the ball to the shortstop. Juno goes over to third and makes a fine play. Juno and McGee on a fine defensive play. Knew he didn't have a play at first base, but he went to third. As the runner at second base made a base running error, ran himself into an out. And that will send to the plate the right fielder, John Bell, to the plate with 2 outs in the top of the sixth. And Midway Market leads 14-0. Pitcher Trombley starts him off with a strike. Gets the ball to the third baseman. Makes a nice pickup. Oh, over the first and another fine defensive play. For the third out of the inning, so after 5.5, Midway Market continues to lead 14-0. Next week's schedule in the Lake Champlain Slow Pitch League, we've got Arbex at Vicks Minets, Midway versus the Crossing in a 9:30 game, Blubbs versus Lanes in an 8 o'clocker, and Transborder and the Phone Company in an early game. And on Thursday's games, we'll have Transborder versus Midway at an 8 o'clocker, Arbeck at Barcomb's Field, Vicks Minets and Phone Company at 9:30, and Crossing Lanes. And a rematch of last year's semifinals, where the Crossing pulled off the upset of the year and knocked off highly favored Bowl Mart Lanes.
You think that was a big upset, eh, Doug?
Yes, I gotta believe it. It was a surprise to me. I'm sure that Dick Castine was also very surprised, and probably was a thorn in his side throughout the offseason.
He's a colorful character, that Dick Castine.
I'm sure he'll bounce back. As Don Sears leads off the bottom of the sixth inning. It's a foul ball down the left field line. No play made on the ball. He stands back in. His team leads 14-0.
What big league manager would you compare to Dick Castine to?
Earl Weaver, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. The only thing that Dick lacks from Earl is a garden. Earl had his garden in Memorial Stadium. Dick here has no place to plant a garden.
Oh. I'm thinking about Earl Weaver and Dick Castine. They're both retired.
For a second there, Calvin, I thought you were going to say they were, well, I won't go into that. That was Don Sears. He's the first out of the inning. That'll bring Perry Trombley to the plate. Perry doubled in that big fifth inning for Midway Market.
Perry's got his sunglasses back on.
Yeah, the sun's starting to peek out through the clouds here. Still mighty chilly. It's Perry Trombley. Base hit to left field. And he again proves that he can go both ways with bat control. He stands at second base and he represents the winning run. And it'll bring to the plate the left center fielder, Tim Matat. Tim also wrapped out a base hit in that big fifth inning uprising. Perry Trombley stands out at second with one away. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Tim Matat stands in. It's a ball, base hit to left field. Perry Trombley's going to try to score. There's going to be a play at the plate. No! As Perry Trombley scores the 15th and final run of the game. And that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen, as Midway Market, they go on to win in the sixth inning, 15-0. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember next week's TV ball game of the week in the Lake Champlain Slow Pitch League. Blubs versus Bowl Mart Lanes. We'll see you Saturday night. And then the following Saturday, I wish a welcome to my brother Dominic Snyder, who I haven't seen in quite a while. I hope he's still hale and hearty. And for my color commentator, Calvin Castine, this is Doug Snyder saying to you softball fans, softball fever, catch it.
Don't go away just yet, folks. In a moment, we're going to introduce a new segment. It'll only take a minute or two, but before we do that, I want to take one last look at Doug Schneider. There's a very rare photo of Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, Joe DiMaggio, and Doug Schneider, four famous New York center fielders. This was taken at a Yankee Stadium game